it it takes almost a minute for it to start recording, and I have to check if the sound is going on. This is like starting a flight, like I always make this joke, like starting a flight, 1 2 3, I have to check, and then okay. Now, what color pencil set do you have?
I have almost.
Oh, okay. Oh, though you don't know what brand it is. Anyway, some brands.
Yeah,
Pardon?
Apsara. Apsara.
Apsara color pencils. Oh, the Apsara color pencils are good. Though they are not professional.
Cambrian
They
also I have.
Oh, Camlin. Camlin is good. Camlin, the tin box or the paper cover?
I have all varieties. My kit has everything.
Oh, okay. So Camlin is good. Camlin is good. I have something, a Chinese variety called the Cello Color Up. The 24 color set now is some 175 rupees or something like that. Extremely cheap, surprisingly extremely cheap, but the quality is superb. Um, the wax is more, the color pigment is there. They add wax and clay for the lead to be strong. So the more the clay, the cheaper it is. But here the clay is less, but still it is cheap. Anyway, you have pencil, so you don't have to worry.
I think I have
Um,
cello also.
Pardon?
I have cello also.
Oh, you
Somewhere.
have cello too. Okay, cello is superb. Okay, so 24 colors, eh? Cello
Yeah.
24 colors. Okay, so then it's easy for us to say. Now, like you take this color, means like both of us will have. Okay, we'll start with the eye. We have done the eye in black and white. We'll do the eye in color. Okay, now when we are doing a painting, a color work, we tend to draw with graphite pencil first. Even
Okay.
on a, but we don't. Only for watercolor we'll use graphite as a drawing. Any other medium, for watercolor we do very light graphite drawing and then paint. For oil color we will use oil color and brush, the hog hair brush, a bristle brush, to draw. Acrylic also we'll use acrylic paint and hog hair brush to draw. Color pencils, we'll use color pencils to draw. Generally, what we use is we use a brown, because brown is a neutral color, and it sits even in cooler colors, it sits well with darker colors too. So I'm taking there are three in cello, there are three browns. Um, One is a yellow brown, one is a reddish brown, and the third is a dark brown. Now, like these are the three browns. This is a slightly yellowish brown, that's a slightly reddish brown, and this is a very dark brown. So I'm going to be using the reddish brown, the middle one, for the drawing. Okay, so let me go to the reference. Okay, we know what an eye looks like, undoubtedly, like we know that, but when we are doing a work, we try our level best. Let me just show you.
So 1 minute, I will just get the colors.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Okay,
This is yellow brown.
That will, there are three browns. This is the yellow brown. And we'll take the reddish brown. Well, there is one dark brown, one yellow brown, and one reddish brown. Na? So we'll take the reddish brown. See, I'm showing the eye. So let me explain a little bit. We will do this eye. Okay, we'll do this eye. If you notice, there is almost a 45-degree line. Yeah, and if you are going to block in, this is a long line, that's a short line. This is a long line and that is a short line. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we do a curving out. And then we carry on with that. Okay? We'll start it that way. Let me
Yeah.
stop. Tell me.
Nothing, sir. Carry on.
Okay. So we will do the left eye of the model. Okay. Okay. I'm going to draw the eye here. Okay, I'm going to draw the eye here. The nose comes somewhere here. Okay, the bridge of the nose. This is where the nose goes down. From the forehead, this is the forehead. From the forehead, the nose comes down, narrows down. This is the eye socket pit. Okay, so it comes out like that. The inside of the eyebrow, we are talking about the left eye of the model. The eye is to our right, but left eye of the model. The inside eyebrow is long and the outside is curving down and slightly smaller. Okay, so it's always better to draw this light. Can you see that? Are you able to see it?
I can see it.
Yeah, you can. No, okay. From there, we say, okay, the eye is going to be somewhere here. Where the pit is, where the dip is, the nose comes like that and opens up a little bit and goes in. Okay, that is where the eye center will come. Okay, so with that, almost down to the eyebrow, inside of the eyebrow, come out a little bit, come lower a little bit, and this will be a short line, that will be a long line, slightly inside of this. Here it goes out, here it comes inside. This will be a long line. If you want me to stop for a while, you just tell me, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a long line. This is a long line. The inside line is short. The outside line is long. Underneath, the inside line is long. The outside line is short. Both these and these are not parallel. Okay, they are not parallel. They open up a little bit. Okay, so after that, we'll have to remember that this is not sharp here when we do the drawing. It's going to be slightly curved. Okay, so from here we go like that. Okay, and come down below that line. Below that line. Okay, and we do the tear gland like that. If you want, I can draw slightly darker and erase later. You want me to draw slightly darker?
No, it's clear on. I can see
It's
it.
clear. Okay. So here it levels out, comes down, takes a curve and joins from underneath. See, if you see here, the straight line is going out, here the straight line is coming in, here the straight line is going out, it is coming in here. Okay, so the curve goes out a little bit. Okay, okay, so we can have this coming out here. The lower eyelid will show the thickness of the eyelid. The upper eyelid will not show it. Okay, so we draw a double line here and leave it like that. I'll keep going. Shall I keep going?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So here we are going to draw the fold of the upper eyelid, which comes like that, which becomes big here. Now it's narrow, slightly out, and it turns. Now it goes almost a straight line, goes eccentric like that and disappears. It comes like that and disappears. Now, this is a ball here, right? The eyeball is a sphere out here. Okay. So, if the light is coming from here, there will be a shadow out here. Okay. That is the tear gland unit, and the sphere comes from here, it goes up like that and comes down. Okay, so we won't draw the sphere. We will understand that there is a sphere out there. The lower eyelid fold, that's a small bulge out here. If you make it very dark and very pronounced, if it is not smooth enough, the eye will look old. Okay, so the upper eyelid comes like that, extends out. The lower eyelid goes and joins the upper eyelid from below. It doesn't join like this. It doesn't join like that. It doesn't join like an arrow. It goes and joins underneath. Okay. So now I'm going to draw the iris. Okay. The iris, if it is right in the center, it looks as if the person is frightened or surprised. Okay. If the eyelid is half closed and the iris, the eyeball, like eyeball is half seen, it looks as if the person is sort of feeling sleepy or dreaming or listening to something very soothing, so in a dream like situation. Okay, so it will be slightly hidden. Okay, slightly hidden. It can be touching the lower eyelid or it need not touch the lower eyelid. Depends upon the person. Okay, depends upon the person, depends upon the mood, and depends upon the light. If the light is very heavy, the eye will be slightly closed, isn't it? And the pupil, the inside, the pupil will be right in the center of this circle. Okay, so we'll draw a, the pupil is a dark hole. No, it's empty. The diaphragm closes and there is an empty space out there. Because the inside of the eye is totally dark, we see a black hole out there. Okay, now the light is coming from here. We'll say the light is coming slightly from the side, from this side or from this side. Okay, from above. No, that's for sure. So there will be a highlight because this is a very polished, transparent disc, right, on top. If you don't, if you are not able to get what I'm saying, if I'm not clear enough, or if you want to say, no, I don't think, I never heard of that, I heard it like this, or anything that you want to talk about, any doubt, anything that you want to talk about, you can stop me at that then and there, okay?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that is done. That is going to be the darkest. Okay, now this is a highlight because the light is coming from there, and this is a very polished and wet surface. There will be a highlight here. That will be the brightest. We'll leave it as white, paper white, and this is going to be the darkest. Right? We generally avoid using, I won't say we don't use, generally avoid using black. So I'm going to give that a slight brown, give a dark blue. We have three blues. Take the darkest blue. Okay. And give a brown again. We gave a brown, and then we gave a dark blue, and then we give a brown again. So this becomes as dark as possible without the black. I have a what's it called? X-ray film underneath. Can you see that? I have an X-ray film underneath so that this impression doesn't go on to the next page. If it's possible for you to get an X-ray film from uh, some place.
Amazon online.
Amazon they have?
I think I searched.
Okay.
Now I'm keeping paper, A4 sheets, 2 sheets.
Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a blue outline here. I'm going to give a blue outline here. And from here, not from the edge, from slightly out, I'm going to give a blue line there. I'm going to make it slightly thicker. Okay, and on the outer, there are two lines here. No? There are two lines here. The outer line, I'm going to give a blue line. That can be extended as the eyelashes. Okay, and it doesn't go till the end. It stops here. As we are doing this, we can give a little blue shade with the eyebrow hair showing. Okay, so the hair moves like that. It moves out like that. Here it will be light, and it starts becoming darker, and it starts slanting like that within that. So what I'm doing is I'm throwing lines. See, when I'm drawing a line, I'll be drawing a line like that. I start with the same pressure from here to here. When I'm throwing a line, I'll increase the pressure here and release it here. Or I will do that. That is throwing line. So I'm throwing lines but controlled. Okay, it's not going outside the drawing that I have done. And the slanting is increasing as it is going out. It is increasing and it starts coming down, and suddenly it becomes lighter like that and disappears. and disappears. Okay, I'll move on to the next.
Mm.
Okay, so we do that with the brown. We'll come to the eyes after doing this. We'll be giving 2-3 colors on this to make it look black. I'm making this slightly thicker. This Mr. Syed, no, like Mokit,
Mm.
very narrow miss, very narrow miss. It was frightening. If we had delayed about half an hour, it would have been very disastrous. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to take the pink. There are two pinks. That's a lighter pink. We take the pink and we leave little bit of white here and there to show that it is shiny, and draw the tear glands. We'll be doing much more to that, but for now. Okay, shall I go ahead or you want me to wait?
Yeah, yeah. Please, I am following you.
Okay, okay. So when you want me to stop for a while, or when you want to catch up or something, you can always tell me. I'll keep going then.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to give a little bit of shade out here because this is coming out, right? The upper eyelid is coming out. So light from here means there will be a little bit of shade here. Okay. So we are giving a little bit of shade there, and this is going in. The sphere, the eyeball sphere is like that, so there will be a shadow here. Be careful not to go into the lower eyelid protrusion. Let that be open. Okay, so we go all the way down to the end of the, and here we have to be a bit careful so that it can go in, but not much. Okay, so that is the shadow that is falling on the eyeball. Okay, and here too there will be a shadow. Okay, but don't go into the lower eyelid. Okay, that much we have done. Now, what we have to understand is, see, the eyeball is there, the iris is behind a glossy dome. Okay, so that is flat. The eyeball is like that. Let me draw it here. The eyeball sideways, that is the eyeball, that is the optical nerve. Okay, and the eyeball comes like that. That is the transparent area here. Transparent, shiny area here. The iris is inside So because it is slightly down, the shadow will come and fall slightly down, right? Like that. See, this shadow which is falling on the white of the eye will come down on the iris area. These little details will make the eye look very realistic. That's our basic plan. Okay, we'll do the blue and then go to the brown. Huh? Okay, we have come up to this. We have come up to this. Now what we do, the light is coming from here and this is convex, right? So it's a convex lens because there is a liquid inside. So it will focus the light on this area. So this area will be bright, rest of the area will be slightly dark. Okay, and because this is a diaphragm, because it has to constrict and open up to let more light or stop light from going in, this is a diaphragm which has an elastic tissue which folds from the center. So there will be radial lines. Okay, and from the center we draw lines. We leave a little bit of space out here. Okay, we leave a little bit of space out here so that will look as if the eye is, I'm going around the highlight so that I don't disturb it. Huh? So I have done that. Okay, I've left it out like that. Okay, and there will also be circular lines like that. Okay, and here it is going to be light, here it is going to be dark. Okay, we will also give it a brown light, brown lines, and if need be, towards the end we might use a black. We try to avoid black because of black will dirty the colors. When black is mixed to other colors, the colors become dirty. So we try to avoid that. This won't be white, only this part will be white because this doesn't shine that much. So we reduce the blue, but it is darker than the rest of the area. That is the idea. Okay. Now we go to the brown. What brown? We go to the dark brown. We go to the dark brown. Where is my dark brown? So this is my dark brown. I go to the dark brown and go over the brown, or go over the blue, and make it look a grayish brown. See, I hold my pencil like that so that if I hold it like that, the pressure will be heavy. The hand weight will fall on the pencil and you won't be able to control the lighter shades. But if we hold it like that, then it's easier to control. So I'm going, some places I'm going diagonally like that. And when I want a better control, I go into small circles, if you notice. Okay, I go into small circles so that I can control the flow. Okay. Okay, I'm going over this. in case something goes wrong, like if I make a mistake, I don't immediately try to correct it. I notice that I made a mistake, now it went out slightly. But when I'm going to be shading that area, I can probably control that. I won't erase it or do anything now, because the more we try to correct an area, the more it shows. So we just notice that area, keep working, and remember that that area has to be corrected. So when it comes to the correction time, we can do it in one go. Okay? Okay, now I'm going to go over this blue with the brown. I'm going up and down so that the line is not smooth. I want the eyelashes to be sitting on this. The eyelashes, that particular model is not wearing mascara or eyeliner, so it's not very obvious. So I'm doing that. Okay, now after this I am going over the blue of the iris. I do the outline the same way as I did the blue. I'm doing the radial lines, carefully leaving the pupil highlight. The lines are coming from the pupil to the edge. It need not be even. There will be slight variation of pigmentation. There will be slight variation of folding. So we deliberately leave a slight variation. All the lines have to be radial. All the lines have to be radial. If they are not radial, they will look odd. Okay, so far so good. We'll go to the next move.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's so
okay.
nice actually.
Yes.
Watching you coloring.
Yeah, coloring is very interesting. Can I
It
see
looks
yours?
very
Yeah.
easy when you draw.
Actually, if you follow the system, everything is easy. The only thing is, when you see the complete drawing, you start taking in, okay, 1 hour of work in 1 second, you take it in and you get frightened.
Mm.
But if you break it into seconds, it's just a second's work, one stroke at a time. When we come to perspective, but now like we'll be doing perspective drawings, people get so confused because they see the whole picture. You can't see the whole picture at the same time. As an artist, as a
Yes.
viewer, you see the whole thing. That's why you say, oh wow, how did they do it? Can I see yours, Srilata, please?
Just
Yeah.
mine.
Are you doing with me? No.
No. I'm not doing it.
Okay, fine. I thought you were
Just
doing it. Okay.
observing.
Oh, you'll do it later. Okay, doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. No, I thought maybe you're doing okay.
I'm noting down the darker light
Ah,
pencils.
okay, okay. Okay, so now we have come up to this.
You can do this much faster, sir. I can't follow.
But, oh yeah, yeah. Actually, if you do with me, you might miss many of what I am doing. So it's always better to watch and do later. But what I would suggest is you do it as fast as possible, or else you'll forget. Okay, that happens. Huh?
Yep.
Okay, now the light is coming from here. There is a slight bulge out here because the eyeball is a very sensitive instrument. No, it is an instrument, uh, and it has to be kept very carefully. So when we are walking, even that jarring will disturb the eye. So there will be lot of, there won't be much muscles holding it. There will be some muscles holding it, but most of the shock is absorbed by the fat around it. So there will be fat here bulging out. There will be a little bit of fat here bulging out. So that will show as a shadow. I am taking the darker brown. Okay, we'll also go through with the pink and things like that, but we'll start with the darker brown. Okay, and this goes like that. So whenever we are doing light and shade, okay, I'll do this and then I'll explain you that. Whenever we are doing light and shade, one kind of light and shade is whether it is a human being or whether it is an apple or whatever it is. One is the object shadow. Now the object is getting a shadow. Okay, so what we do is we move with the shape of the object, and it's going like that, it is going like that, it's becoming light here. So I go like that and turn. And I also want it to be slightly darker. Now I have given it a form. This is showing, these lines are showing the form. Okay. After that, what I'll do is I'll give it a shade. I'll give it a shade with diagonal lines. Diagonal lines are pure shadow. These diagonal lines are pure shadow. I'm doing it very fast. Uh, for practice, what you will have to do is you'll have to do one direction. You know, control the line and do in one direction like that. The forehead turns here. No? The forehead comes and turns down here. So this part will be having a shadow. So when I'm doing that, I say that I'm showing the shadow. When I do that, I say that there is a turn out there, there is a bone out there. There is a dip out here, slight dip. There is the nose comes like that, and there is a slight dip out there. And I show the form. I show the form. Anything that's not diagonal is a form. It has to move out smoothly. holding the pencil in a certain way might be an individual choice, but where do you choose from? You have to try out and choose, you know. You can't just say, I will hold the pencil like this because I like it. I will hold the pencil like this because I have seen somebody hold a pencil like that and do a work successfully. So I will try that. And I also seen something else. I'll try that too. And then choose what is good for me. So hold your pencil like that, you know, support your hand slightly, very slightly with your little finger and try this. Now we will go into a little bit of yellow. Okay, we'll go to an orange and then come to a yellow. So this is a fold, so it's very dark. Huh? Uh, there are some interesting observations that we do as we go into art. In nature, we have spoken about this earlier. In nature, we don't have lines. It's just the light and shadow because of the change of plane. The planes change, you know. Because the change of planes, we see lines. We see lines, but there are no lines in nature. We are suggesting through our lines and light and shade, we are suggesting movement on the surface of whatever we are drawing. You know, so when we do that, we are suggesting that it is going down. When we do that, we are suggesting that it is bulging out. Here, there is a shadow because it is bulging out. Now, almost all the areas can be given an orange. So, when we are going like that, we use diagonal lines so that the diagonal lines don't suggest any form. Diagonal lines just suggest a color or a shadow. Now I'm going to do the eyelashes. Okay, as I do the eyelashes, I'm going to do it with black because if I'm going to be doing it blue and brown, it's going to all the lines have to be carefully done. Huh? So the eyelashes go out like that. Okay, here they go out like that, and they go out like that on the, we call this the inside. Huh? The nose side is the inside, the ear side is the outside. So they go towards the nose, they go towards the ears, and they start coming out towards us here. Okay, so it's just like that. It is like that. It slowly turns. Huh? And then once we have set that up, we can go. The eyelashes will not be, unless you have combed or you have applied mascara, they won't be going in perfect harmony. No, they will be sort of getting entangled too. The same here, but the thing is, the lower eyelid will have very few eyelashes compared to the upper eyelid. I'm going to give a black outline here too. Towards the end, I can boldly apply the black because it's not going to get mixed with other colors. Huh? And it becomes smaller as it comes here. It has a perfectly biologically scientific reason. Uh, that it doesn't need, nothing is going to come and fall from. Okay, now I'm going to increase the depth of everything. The eyelashes, the eyebrow hair will go, generally it goes from down up and starts turning like that. Okay. Uh, some makeup people use artificial eyelashes, eyebrows, and eyelashes, which go in directions which is unnatural. Okay. Uh, so when you take a reference, it's always better to take a reference and draw, which I'm going to be repeating all over my classes. Uh,
I think recording is stopped.
Recording stopped? No, I think it is going on.
Okay.
Uh,
A message on the screen, so I thought.